So today I am going to, it's been a while since I've done this. A lot has changed. I sort of reevaluated what I've been doing with auto detailing and the products that I've been using. I promoted just by, without being paid or any kind of incentive, I promoted the Last Coat for a while, which I still believe is a good product. But specific to different types of situations and applications why you might need to know it, use it. Lately I've been very interested in the Adams product. Kind of went head over heels. I got a lot of Adams products and find it to be a lot more efficient. The use of the product has been better, and I scaled back the applications that I've been using. I found a buildup of different polymers and such on cars that I've been using over and over again for regular cleaning and detailing, and just regular maintenance to keep the dust piling off the cars and such, and finding it to build layer upon layer. So recently I did do a polish and a swirl removal on the BMW here, and I'm getting ready to repeat that process again. Okay, I got a little pro tip for you. Well, I'm not pro, but this is what I've learned. So not all microfiber is alike. There's different pills, different size, different material, mix, whatever. If you ever sit down and examine all the microfibers you may have at your house, some of them can be quite abrasive. Now, what I have here is a collection. I sort of have it segmented in 3 different piles. First of all, this is my premium ones. It's very soft, there's a lot of pill. It's not real dense like a shag carpet, but it's enough to pull the dust and dirt away from the car instead of abrasing on your car. Of course, you have to be careful with that. Even with the good one, you can still damage your paint, especially your piano black portions. Like on the back of a Mustang GT350 that I once had, I did find using a certain type of microfiber was not very good to the piano black. I had to do a little bit of restoration on that. It can be repaired, but it's just more work you need to do. So anyway, let's start with some of the worst that I found over time. I do not remember where I got this. This has sort of a diamond cut shape into the fiber. This is one of the ones I would never use on anything that is painted or a high shine. It was believed, I do believe this was designed for wax removal. That may be fine, but this is now utility rag. Here's another one. It doesn't pull away. This was another one that made my piano black, shiny plastic pieces scratch. Actually a very good towel. I've had it for quite a while. I still use it today. I use it for mainly just drying on very wet cars, and I don't use it very often. It's okay, but not the best. I do not know where this came from, but it is still soft. And this is called Platinum Series by Microtex. Not bad, okay. I will get into that a little bit more. When you get a Last Coat, sometimes they send you microfiber. They're great when they're new, but when the fibers start to look like popcorn kernels, you know it's time to make a utility rag. I'll show you a good example of that. Okay, so I don't know if the camera can pick this up. This fiber used to be nice and plush, but everything's a little rounded down. When it starts to look like that, utility. Now for the good stuff. Here's an Adams polish towel. I've used this several times, and it's nice and plush, and you can see the fiber, they're standing straight up. That's what you want. Washing them, I used to make a lot of mistakes washing them. You don't need a lot of detergent. In fact, use very little detergent. Wash it on a delicate cycle. a very little spin. Rinse only twice, once for the soap, once, well, I just rinse twice. And when you dry it, low heat, and if you have the time, I would use low heat for maybe 20 minutes, depending on how many towels you have in there. And then air fluff at the last. I believe by air fluffing at the end, this will bring the fibers back up and also pull away any lint it may have collected. That seems to be working because lint is the other enemy. It's nothing wrong with lint, it just leaves it on your car and looks ugly. So when you do wash microfiber towels, don't wash them with anything else but. Try to keep them together. I washed all these together, even the ones that are utility, just because I was in a hurry. Frankly, I would rather wash all the good ones and leave the bad ones together. But in a pinch, I think you're okay washing them together. I just want to keep my fibers because good microfiber rags, towels are not cheap. As you can see, these are the products I'm using by Adams right now. I did use this. This is the polish and the compound. Each of them worked very good. In fact, after I got done using this, the car looked better than ever. Even after stripping off all of the polymers and such that I used, that I just mentioned. And I'm not sure what to do right now after I used this product. There's a paint sealant I know that is available and such of others, but today I'm going to do something completely different. As you can see, I have blue tape to the area of the car, which I'm going to do the test with, and I'm going to use the Adams product ceramic coating after I do a oh my gosh, I can't speak. Decontamination on the paint. It's relatively clean right now. Probably could give it a nice wipe down and go straight for the ceramic, but I want to do 100%. I want to get everything off of it, any scratches or swirls that may be present after my last application, and have a very clean surface to work with, and go from there. So that's what I'm about to do. Adams is very unique. They make it kind of simple to understand what's going on here. The reason why I have the detail spray has been suggested by one of their training videos at their website through YouTube, is to use a detail spray to wet the pad first. Now I do find when I do that, sometimes it makes the compound a little bit loose, kind of has a potential to sling, so you have to be careful with that. But I do want to make sure this pad is damp. The pad is blue, hence it kind of matches the color of the compound. It kind of makes it simple and foolproof to know what pad you need to use. The compound pad is a little stiffer, obviously to give it a little bit more drive into the paint, to be able to remove the swirls. This is called a swirl remover. I'm using the 4-inch pad, which is good for small spaces. I find it better because you can concentrate your efforts onto the paint in the areas that you're currently buffing to be able to be sure you are attacking the swirls. I also have a 5-inch disc as well, which does work great, but I do find it's not really concentrating in the area that you need to be able to remove the swirls that are left by washing the car and other contaminants that cause that to happen. The only thing that you do need to be careful with, obviously, is you do not want to drive a lot of weight or pressure with your orbitable, because it will cause friction that could actually damage your paint. So you got to use a little bit of common sense on that. After the compound, there is the polish, and of course that comes with a white pad. It is softer and it applies very well. Now for removal, I use a very soft microfiber removal towel to take that off, and I did find using it last time, sometimes the polish does kind of get real thick or sort of bunch up so thick that it's hard to remove the polish. I found, again, wetting it it does help with that process. Of course, if you wet it, you're going to find a little bit of streaking, and it'd be a little bit more effort to get all the wax off to a clean shine. But with practice, they can be better. Thanks. Now, starting to wax the car. Again, spray. Don't need much. I already decontaminated the paint. Any blemishes or such is off the paint. I find that very important to do before you use any kind of compound or polish. Going to use the detail spray to coat the car and the pad. The car, of course, and always like to shake it, whether it's necessary or not. A few dots of the polish. It's brilliantly white, like the pad. As I stressed before, the pad matches the color. Polishing pad is a little softer than the compound pad. Again, with the wetting it, it does seem to sling. I try to spread it out as much as possible. By the way, I did complete the compound. The entire taped in area here has been compounded. Right, there's our little patch. Now, I don't know if they suggest you should let this haze over or not. I particularly don't wait. I go ahead and pretty much take my polishing towel and wipe away the wax, whether it be a compound or polish, immediately after application. So whether that's wrong or right, I really don't know. What I do see is the finished product, and it looks beautiful. So that essentially is my test. So this polishing pad that I'm using is a little bit damp from using the detail spray. I kind of like that because it gives it a nice smooth ride over the paint, and it helps keep it moist to easily remove the wax. And that is striking. That is so deep looking. Yeah, even though I recently did this a few months ago, it just looks brilliant. Absolutely stunning. I wonder what it's going to look like after I do this ceramic coating. Again, Adams polishes I've been really happy with. I think they got a good product line there. And they're all expensive, but I don't think Adams is as expensive as some of the other ones that I've been using in the past. And it's a great product. I'm really liking them. Incidentally, for those of you who just done waxing, like the Meguiar's car cleaner wax and such like that, which I used to use traditionally often, I have a hard time after it cures on the car. Any pit
scratch, or if you get it anywhere, it turns white, and it's really offensive looking. One thing I've noticed with this Atom stuff, and there's probably others like it too that I don't know about, I'm not seeing any white residue left over, especially on the black pieces that are plastic, or any dings or rock dings you may have on the front of your car don't turn white either. Something to consider.
Here's the graphene ceramic spray coating. The spray is not on there right now, but that is available, and I'm going to apply this product on the BMW. All right, now it's time for the first time I've done this. It's the graphene ceramic coating, and the directions are as follows. Spray the Adams graphene spray coating into a gray microfiber applicant or an Adams premium microfiber towel. Of course, I'm going to use the applicator. I'm just going to dampen it. That's probably too much. And I'm going to start with this corner here. I see I got some overspray on the car. So I'm going to start with this quadrant. Now, I did watch a instruction video, and it's potential you can get high spots. I'm going to even come around the corner here. All right, let me allow that to dry to a haze, like a rainbow slick, as they mentioned. I'm going to use the same, actually I better get a fresh one here. So it is drying. Don't want to wait too long because you can end up with a high spot. What can you see in the camera? Let me go pan down just a little bit. A lovely smell. Not really, it smells chemically. So I see that right there is starting to rainbow slick. Not here so much. That was my first wipe, I think. And then I went down. Well, no, not really. See, it's heavy down here. Got a rainbow slick that's ready to wipe here. But it did say up to 2 minutes. So I wonder if I have a high spot down here where I came up. Something to consider. So next time I will sort of sweep my strokes a little better so it won't be a high spot. I'm going to go ahead and see what happens when I wipe it. It's starting to rainbow down there at the bottom where I was just talking about, right here. I don't see any rainbowing on the first stripe at all. Heavy spot, heavy spot, heavy. All right. It's all rainbowing, so let's see what we get. Well, it came off real nice. I don't see any high spotting. Having trouble next to the tape. I'll fix that later. looks pretty good. But I can't say it looks any better than just the polish and wax, but at least I know there's a ceramic coating on it. Feels fairly smooth. I mean, it looks really good. It's a protection. I'll look at it that. But nothing, I can't say there's any brilliant difference between what I did with the polish and the ceramic coating. Not that I can see, but it looks really, really good. I'm going to finish the rest of the car and I'll catch up with you later. Okay, my wife is here. I finished the one side. Now it's time for the big reveal. We can listen to the reaction. Oh, here's a tape line. That's gonna, oh no, actually that's going to be a high spot of the ceramic coating that we're seeing.
Wow. That's amazing.
Let's take a wipe down real quick to see if I can remove that.
It's hard to see in the video. That's incredible though. It's like night and day. It really is. I don't know if it's visible in the actual video because of all the glare. I see it.
So you be the judge. Looking at it with human eyes, it's clear. There's a difference. Clearly a difference.
So gleamy.
So
I love it.
the reaction of the wife was just gentle. I'm surprised it was just that. Have a nice day.